Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Going over today's early MLB slate for today on DraftKings, the one that starts at I think 12 o'clock. Anyway, before I continue, if you could leave a like, subscribe to the channel, I appreciate that. You can also follow me on Twitter at cpen_16 if you want access to this cheat sheet and everything I look at to make this cheat sheet. So I do the pitching, the hitting, each position. So if you want access to that, you should just follow me on Twitter, shoot me a DM, I'll be happy to send it over to you. And anyway, yeah, let's get into the slate. So SP1 today for me is going to be Zach Wheeler at 10,500. He stands out as the best pitcher on the slate with his K ability in the matchup versus San Francisco. They don't strike out a lot, but it's also not a very strong, they have a pretty weak lineup, and Wheeler doesn't allow a lot of hard contact at all. I believe it's actually the least amount on the slate. Yeah, 26%. As you can see, it's far and away the best besides Ryan Weber, whatever it is. But I mean, he doesn't have the skill set like Wheeler does. So I do think Wheeler is the best play on the slate. And then, so I'm a little confused. I'm not sure if Woodruff is starting or if Freddie Peralta is starting, or Freddie Peralta might be opening and then Woodruff comes in. I'm confused. I'm trying to find on Twitter. Nothing's coming up. Some sites have Woodruff as the starter. Some sites have Peralta as the starter, and I cannot find confirmation on any of that, so I have no idea. But if it is Woodruff, I do like him versus Miami, 8,900. So Marlins now have an elite offense apparently. So I'm just kidding, but this is a good matchup for Woodruff, and his price dropped considerably, so I don't mind taking a stab here. I mean, he's a pretty good pitcher. Although I will say the Marlins are, they are hot. They've been scoring runs, so I guess I would try a little lightly here, but I still don't know who's actually starting. And if it's Freddie Peralta, I don't have any interest because I don't think he's a good pitcher. So I guess just wait and see. And then Jose Quintana, 7,500. I do like dropping down to this to Quintana at this price. I never like lefties versus the Rockies usually because Arenado and Story. But the wind is blowing in. I mean, it's not like a harsh one, but it's like 5 to 10 miles per hour. And it does limit the home run upside. So. And they're the same team on the road, so I do think Quintana is actually a pretty good play, especially at a pretty good price. And they will strike out a decent amount, so and the home run should be limited. And then he's just got to get around Story and Arenado, really. And then catcher Matt Wieters, 3,700, just lefty versus Esclafani. Travis d'Arnaud, 2,900, always like him versus lefties. Then Martin Maldonado, he's our favorite punt catcher usually, so. I just went over the catchers fast because it's always like a wasteland of a position. Okay, so at first base, you have Matt Carpenter at 4,400. So apologies to everyone who played him last night as the game got postponed. That also was me. I felt the pain of him too. So I was rolling the dice with it, but I guess it didn't work out. And so we're going to try again. He has 3 homers in his career versus Stefani. I think he's hitting 500 against him as well. So it's a great matchup for him. He's probably one of my favorite plays. And then Joey Votto, 3,800. He's cheap enough to make him a play versus Hudson, who struggles with the lefties. Then Jesus Aguilar, 3,200. Cheap versus a fly ball lefty who loves a lot of hard contact. I do like Hib Smith a lot, but he does do I just said, so I do think Aguilar is in play. And then Derek Dietrich, 5,100. He's very expensive, but he's been murdering right-handed pitching this year, and I've read stuff that he's actually getting unlucky too, so hard to believe that. But, he's been awesome this year. I believe he has, 17 home runs. And, Hudson struggles with lefties, so it's a good spot for him. And then Robinson Cano, 3,200. Same reasons as always for him. Cheap and facing a righty. And then Colton Wong, 3,800. I can't imagine him having much ownership, but because he usually hits lower in the order. But he's a cheaper lefty versus Esclafani. And then third base, already went over Matt Carpenter. And then Yandy Diaz, 4,300. So Norris gives up a lot of hard contact, and the bullpen is a disaster. And Diaz has also crushed lefties this season. I believe he has over 300 ISO versus them. So definitely like Yandy Diaz on the Rays. And then Jeff McNeil, 3,900, leading off versus a righty. At least projected to lead off. Then at shortstop, Xander Bogaerts, 5,300. He's been smashing lefties this year, and he gets to face a fly ball one in lefty in Duffy. And then Willie Adames, 3,900, facing a lefty and gets a decent spot in the order. And I forgot to go back and fill out the last shortstop position, so if you want access to the cheat sheet, I'll have that filled out after this video. I'm sorry, I forgot. And then high price outfield, Tommy Pham, 5,300. Love the Rays righties today versus Norris. And also the lefties can get to Norris as well. So, I guess if you want to use Austin Meadows, I wouldn't be against it. And then Yeah, he should be back in the lineup. He was out, I believe. They said, I read a report last night, if he wakes up without soreness, he should be back in the lineup. So I don't know if he did wake up without soreness, but if he did, he should be in the lineup. So definitely like him. And then Mookie Betts and JD Martinez going right back to the well here. They did disappoint us yesterday, but they're still underpriced, and Mookie Betts' price actually went down, I think. And yeah, but that's baseball. Sometimes they just suck one night, and then the next night they can go off. So I'm willing to bet they have a better game today. And then the mid-range outfield, Jesse Winker, 3,800. Hudson isn't a terrible pitcher, but he is pretty bad versus lefties, so I do like the lefties. And Kyle Schwarber, 3,700. So I always love him anytime there's a righty on the mound at this price and leading off, even though that wind's coming in a little bit, but I still think he's a good play. Then Ryan Braun, 4,200. He hits lefties really well, and so I don't mind taking a shot against a fly ball one here. And then Curtis Granderson, 3,500. So like I said, I have no idea what's going on with the Brewers pitching. If it's Freddie Peralta, I think Granderson's a great play. Just because, Peralta gives a lot of hard contact to lefties. But if it's Woodruff, you do have concern there. So, and then Nick Castellanos, 3,900. So after Stanek opens, Beeks will come in, and Castellanos has always hit lefties well. So that could be kind of sneaky because people might not think of that. I don't know. And then Dexter Fowler, 3,600. Just another lefty versus Desclafani. Alright, so let's go to some of the core plays. So that looks good today. So we don't have to worry about any postponed games. And then Zach Wheeler, pitcher, and Matt Carpenter at third base, or you can also put him in at first base as well. Then Mookie Betts and JD Martinez as the outfield. So that's my core plays today. The top stacks for me are going to be the Red Sox, the Rays, the Cardinals, and the Reds. Alright guys, that's all I have for the video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that. I'm also going to do a video for the late slate. It's not going to be a cheat sheet, but I'm going to kind of go over like the plate IQ thing like I usually do for like double slate days. But yeah, so anyway, just good luck today, I guess.